Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here, and we're going into the Cavalier difficulty for this month. And this is chapter 1.1, Deadpool. And so the first time I went in, I just went in with a 4-star team. That was the team I had. I didn't die on the path. And yeah, Quake works well. Hulk and She-Hulk turned out to be really well with that poison immunity, getting those Furies, and then Void worked as well. But on this Deadpool, it has Biohazard, which is the main thing that you need to be concerned with, I think. It also has, like, every 15 seconds he gets a power gain. The power gain is not that bad, but it is there. And I'm not like the best at Ghost, and I don't use Ghost a lot, but I know that she is pretty awesome, and I do have a 550, and so just trying to get this guy to throw a special, and he just wasn't having it for a while. And looking back, if I would have planned this out maybe a little better, I probably would have thrown Wasp on the team, but my Wasp I think is only like a 220 4-star, so she wouldn't really have helped on the lane, but it would have made this boss fight go a lot quicker. So like there I was trying to get in an L2 off, and I totally missed. Yeah, so that's why I should have brought Wasp so that you can get some quick phase and special 2s off. And yeah, so this fight does go fairly long. I'm trying to do shorter combos. I don't have Hood on the team either, so I can't just take a lot of that Biohazard bleed damage. And I think do I end up getting hit? There's one point towards the middle here, and I get down to really, really low health, like 10%, and I'm like, I just didn't know if I was actually going to make it through. And I do end up soloing this. It's not that difficult of a fight, but it is kind of a longer one without any ghost synergies. And I'm not the most optimal at playing her. I probably should have banked in a bunch of the cruelties early on, because I didn't realize that. I hit into the block and I didn't have my phase, and that's where I took a lot of damage. I didn't actually take a hit. And now I'm just trying to get this guy to throw a special. There we go. And we're just having at it, just doing a lot of one hit with a phase, and then trying to work up to a special, because I just can't take much of that bleed damage that comes on from suicides. You can see, like, I went 3% there. That one I got phased it off quick enough. We're gonna throw off a special 3, and yeah, I'll just let this one play out. But Ghost is a really good option if you have her. Some other options. So I'm gonna in my other attempts, I'm gonna use Thing. Thing is great. And then I think I use Cosmic Ghost Rider. And man, Cosmic Ghost Rider, I pulled him in the feature, and I ranked him up to rank 5 a couple weeks ago. I haven't used him a ton, but holy crap, that dude, he is super easy to play, and his damage output is just nuts. And you'll see that. And I just really, I haven't used Cosmic Ghost Rider a lot. I haven't brought him to AQ or AW yet, but maybe I will, just because he's really easy to use, and his damage output is just insane. So here we're almost at 10% health, and I know this guy's gonna regen up significantly. So here he goes, and he gets up to what, 31%? So I have to go back down. I'm not getting a lot of good RNG with getting those bleeds. I'm just doing quick one-hit mediums. Now he's kind of being a lot more aggressive than he was before. Yeah, but we're gonna take this guy out. But I mean, basically, as long as you can deal with Biohazard, I mean, Omega Red, he is in a queue. That's why I didn't use him for any of my attempts, but Omega Red would be incredible for this. Basically, anybody that's bleed immune. And then benefit if you are both bleed and poison in case you tap them into the block or whatever. Just be cautious of that. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna go all the way to L3 and then finish him off. Yeah, right here. So Deadpool goes down. I get the first 4-star objective completed. And also keep in mind, I did this last month or the month before. You do have to complete those objectives in order. I know that sounds like straightforward and pretty, no-brainer, but I was going through, and then I went back through and I did like 1.2 first, and it didn't count with the 4 stars. So make sure you do it in order. So next up here, we're gonna use Thing. Yes, we're gonna use Thing. I used Mr. Fantastic on the paths, and he's great. He does great. It puts those debuffs that don't do any damage, non-damaging debuffs, which allow you to get your full attack values instead of having that weakness on. So here I had a whole bunch of pre-fights. I used all 3 of them just because I had them available. And then we're just gonna smash this dude with Thing. So with Thing, I do have Human Torch on the team. He's also really great when you throw one of these debuffs on from Mr. Fantastic for the pass. And then as long as you knock him down, you get those Mr. Fantastic pre-fight debuffs refreshed. So you get less power gain, you get the Petrify, and then you get the debuff Siphoner. So any of the debuffs that might get applied would just be weakened, which really don't come into play here. And I'm just trying to build up some Furies and then just keep heavy knocking him down because I just want those on him. It just makes it so he heals less and he's gaining less power, so I have to deal with less specials, and then that power gain is minimized. And yeah, so we're gonna smash him, I think, with an L2 and just kind of go to town. And I think for the most part, I think I keep these debuffs up for most of the fight. I think I do let them fall off. You can heavy spam them in the corner, which is awesome. And I'm at my max 60 Furies now. And yeah, Thing, I just like using Thing. He's fun to use. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think I do. I think I keep him on the whole fight, these debuffs. And I also do have the Mr. Fantastic and the synergy. My dog's barking. The Mr. Fantastic synergy with She-Hulk, which basically for each debuff that I put on them, you get a power sting. And unfortunately, the refreshing of the debuffs on the knockdowns, they don't apply more of those power stings. But like every parry and whatnot, every stun, get a power sting on there that's permanent, so get a little extra damage there. So it makes it a little nicer, a little quicker. And then last up, so this is where I'm going in with Cosmic Ghost Rider. Obviously, he's bleed immune, and he just absolutely wrecks this dude. And so I had some pre-fights, I only had one left, so I put on the Petrify, which will reduce the healing and the power gain from the node. And then we're just gonna go in, and I think this guy's dead just shortly after or on the second L2. So I go in with a medium ending combo, a heavy to get the aptitude, and with the light to get the power gain, and then just throw off a monster L2. It doesn't do a ton yet, but then those armor breaks, I mean, just look at that damage right there. And then basically I'm just doing that same thing. And I know there's like tons of videos out there about Cosmic Ghost Rider rotation, this and that. I mean, I don't know that it matters, at least in some of these fights where the health pools aren't that significant. It really doesn't matter what rotation you use. The damage is just nutty. And it's so quick. Like, you gain so much power, so you can get some big L2s and some big L3s off. And I tried to get a heavy in there because he was just being passive and he smacked me with the special. But we take him out. That's all of Cavalier 1.1. Lots of good options for this fight. Not too difficult at all with Deadpool. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, fellas. Peace out.